How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well. So in this one, we're just carrying on with our French house idea. I've taken some notes here. We're going to go through these in a second. Another thing I've done is just went through the Filtered Disco House Volume 1 and 2 pack. Now, I went through both of them and just picked some stuff that I thought sounded good. Again, just to save a bit of time. And we've also got some vocals here as well, which I think is going to really push the track in the right direction. I'll show you these vocals now. There's two. We've got a female vocal and a male vocal. Yeah, both of these vocals are from a Tool Room pack. I think it's the new Mark Knight pack.
Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now.
With all the drums.
Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now.
Yeah, sounds great. So that's really giving it a good vibe, that. So I've got the bass solo, the disco loop, and this vocal again. It was in G minor. I've pitched it up to A minor, so it's in the key of our track. So I'll play it now and listen how it's working with the disco loop.
Let's come together, right here,
Try this.
right now. Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now.
That's working for me, that. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is move the vocals out the way for now. So like I said before, I picked some stuff out the sample packs. So we've got them all here. So we'll have a look at them. So we've got a cowbell here. I've coloured that red. That means that caught my attention. So we'll go for this first, actually. Why not? We'll give it its own channel. Drop the cowbell here. We'll get this up near the percussion. So here it is on its own. Try with the wood block. That's cool. So these are clashing here. It doesn't sound bad. I'd rather everything have its own space though. So I'm going to delete this. We've got one here, so we'll delete this one. Yeah, so it's just the one block, isn't it? So yeah, we'll do that. Right, so let's try this then. Yeah, I prefer that. It's got a nice skippy sort of sound, that. We'll try the tops. Yeah, I really like it. Bass line. I'm soloing the percussion again. I just want to hear it with the disco loop. Okay. Yeah, I really like it. So what I'll do for now is just put it halfway through this groove. I'll actually put it here. So that's the halfway point of the first drop. And we'll probably have it in full on the main drop. So I'll do that. We're in the outro after that, so we'll probably have it here as well. So I'm going to do this, and I'll add some here. While I'm here, I'll EQ it. Okay. So we've got this top loop here. We'll listen to it. I prefer that cowbell we've got, and I think that's in the same place. So we'll delete this. So we've got a cabassette. That might be handy later on if we just want like an extra percussion part. Maybe use it every now and then. So I'll leave it there. Yeah, so we'll do the ride next. I'm going to go to drum rack. Drop the ride sample in here. So yeah, I'm going to want the ride symbol at the halfway point. So what we'll do with this cowbell, we'll actually make an extra one. That can come in there. And then the ride can come in here. We'll get the channel up here. So I'll put it straight in the hats folder. So Control Shift and M creates a MIDI section. Right, so we'll draw these in. Here. Turn off. Right, that can come down. Shave a lot off this. Yeah, and I always put a side shade on it, so we'll put it in the middle. It's right down. We'll try it again. Yeah, that's better. So I'll turn it off. So we'll double these across here. We'll probably have the ride in the intro. We're going to have it in full here, all the way to the end. Then we're in the outro. We'll do one here. I'm going to solo this and play the disco loop as well. So we'll give this a try. So we have two other vocals here. Let's try them. These are just spares, basically. We'll just use these if we need them, but we'll try it. Yeah, so that might be useful. We have a vocal swell here. So I'll play this. Yeah, it might work in a breakdown, so we'll keep it. Right, so we've got hats here. Let's have a listen to these. I'm actually quite happy with the open hat we've got. We'll listen to them anyway, though. Yeah, could maybe layer it then. This might thicken the drums up. We'll give it a try. Right, we'll put this up here. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to use it yet, so I won't put it in the folder. We'll try it from the intro. Yeah, so we'll loop this section up. I want to play this and then add the hats. Yeah, I need to EQ it, but I quite like that. Let's try with the tops. I don't want anything to clash here. Yeah, I like it. It's like dirtying the track up a bit, so I'll take the lows off again. It's about there. Yeah, for now we'll get it all the way across. In fact, we'll just do this. Right, okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to colour this now. Get it in the hats folder. Turn this disco loop off, so we'll try this here. I don't want this bongo in straight away, so let's start chipping away at this. So maybe do that. I'm going to delete this hat. I don't think we need it. We've got a percussion loop here. I'm actually really happy with the percussion. So let's just delete this. We'll work on the sweep down first because it's pretty easy to do. And this should be all right. We'll pan it left. So there you go, nice and easy. And we'll EQ it. Right, we'll try this. Right, we'll shave this off. Yeah, we'll get this ducking. So straight in the effects folder, we'll copy and paste this EQ and sidechain. Listen here. So this sweep up's longer than the sweep down, so I'm going to shorten it. But in the main breakdowns, we could probably use this. So put one there, and one there for more tension. So put this here, half it, but then just add a fade and do that here. Just drag it across, and I'll pan this right. Right, we'll take a listen. Turn it down more. Put these on every other one. So there we go. Like there. And we just copy them like this. We could probably add this long sweep here when we come to the outro. Actually, no, it's there, isn't it? Put that here. Yeah, and we'll probably take the kick out more here to signal the outro. So we've got another sweep up here. We can delete this. Let's take a listen to this laser. Yeah, so that'll work in the main breakdown. I'm going to scoop a bit more out though. And we haven't got a snare roll in yet, but that'll go in the same place. So just here, we'll just cut that. Then add a fade. Actually, no, I'll use the filter. So we'll do this now. I'm going to pull this frequency back here and we'll listen to it. Yeah, so maybe there. Right, we'll go on automation mode. We can just draw that in. Put it to there. Curve it. We'll try it with the disco loop. It's not going to sound great at the minute because we haven't worked on anything. But yeah, this will create tension when we're like building things up later. Nice disco effect. Yeah, it's the right idea, so we'll leave it there. Right, the first thing on this list is short main breakdown to 45 seconds. The riser we can move across, and I'll just put it there, but I'm going to move this as well. Right, so I'm going to highlight all of this. Press Control, Shift and Delete. Yeah, it's deleted the timer, so it's brought it in closer there. Right, so that's done, that's shorter now. Right, so filter out drumming first breakdown. So yeah, we'll do this now. Let's group all of these up. I'll leave the crashes out. I don't want to filter out the crashes, so we'll leave them separate. Yeah, I want to filter them out in this section. So I do this all the time now. So I'll grab this auto filter, put it on the drums folder. Yes, I'll loop this section here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. We're going to automate this in, but just going to pull back on the frequency. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll draw it in though. We'll go to the halfway point and then bring it back up. Yeah, so we'll start it here. Make some points there. Yeah, let's drag this down to about here. I'll turn the disco loop off as well, just so we can hear this better. We still hear the reverb there, but I'll sort that. So I think we want to bring this back out here. Yeah, you can hear the reverb from the return. So what we can do is just copy and paste the filter. So the one we've got in the drums group, just put this on the reverb. Yeah, and that should fix that problem. So we'll try it again, quickly. Yeah, you can't hear the reverb now. Try the disco loop. Yeah, so we want a gap there. I'll put the disco loop back though. Do something with the filter here. Okay, so I've had a break there, guys. So I've taken a couple of extra notes and added them to this list. Right, so we'll start from the top. Give full disco loop its own channel in breakdowns. I'm going to double it, and then we'll have to delete everything at the bottom, like in the groove. Okay, they've got their own channel now. I think we can ease off the side chain a bit because there's no drums. So maybe do it to here. So I'm just playing the disco loop. Okay, next one, add variation to the disco chop, start at the intro. Yes, I think we can simplify it in the intro and then we can do some extra stuff in the main grooves. Yeah, we're just going to spread all this out. So we'll double this here, put this there, double that. We'll copy all these again, put this here, and then we've got the variation there. So we're just spreading it out. Same again, copy it here. Yeah, we'll take this one. We double that, and then we've got that at the end there. Right, that'll definitely work. We can add that in the outro now when the bass comes out. So we'll put this here. So yeah, we can leave that. So when we're in the main groove now, we just don't want it to sound too repetitive. So we're just going to take a listen and see what we can tweak. But yeah, the first section I like. It's got a lot of variation in it anyway. But when it plays again, we can do something different on the end. So here, let's just loop this section here. Try with the kick as well. Yes, I've got an idea. I think we can take this note, this one right at the end. Let's cut this sample. We'll drag this over here and just make a copy. I'll rejoin this just in case there's any clicks. But yeah, we've got this sample now. So maybe just repeat it 4 times. So cut this to here. Yeah, and just repeat it. So that should sound all right, I think. We'll try it. Yeah, and if we use the filter there, that should sound good. So let's try it from here. So we'll end up doing something with the filter at that point. I'll give you an example. So we'll play this with everything. Oh. Let's double that. I'm quite happy with it. Actually, let's get this over here. And then one more time. Yeah. So yeah, we've got this section here. I think I really want to mess around with the LFOs on the filter. So I think we'll have this variation playing here. When we get to this bit, I'm going to do something like this. So I'm just going to play it. I'm going to mess around with the filter. Something like this. And we can flip flip it back to the original if we want. We're just going to get more out of this disco loop here. And you can have loads of fun doing this. You can kind of take it wherever you want. But another thing you can do that's really cool with the filter is just mess around with the LFOs. So I'm going to show you this. All we need to do is click on this sync button here. We're going to change the rate. It's going to give us preset rates. And we can move through them. So we've got like quarter notes, we've got half notes. You do 16ths. For the example, let's go to 1/16. So we have to activate the filter like this. And I like to bump the resonance up. We'll put the amount up a little bit. And I'll turn this off and on so you can hear it. Move this in. We get that cool effect there. That's some phase. You can even automate this in breakdowns, which is really good. Let's try a different rate, because it's a bit rapid fire, that one. Let's keep going. 112. It's a cool one. Maybe ease off it. Put the resonance up. You've got to be careful doing this, but... yeah, so we're going to do something like this. So we've got quarter here. Let's go to a half. So I'll show you this. This is kind of what I was doing manually. So it's nice about here. Amount up. Let's play from here. It's not going to be on. It's going to be activated here. Okay, turn it on. That's cool. Try with the drums. Nice. And like I said before, you can mess around with the amount and kind of automate it. And as the track progresses, you're just giving it more and more variation using the same loop. And I think in the breakdown, we'll do a bit where we're playing it really fast. So like this. As it's building up. That's cool. Yeah, so that's the idea. Just mess around with it. You can get some really good stuff out of the filter. So I want to just turn the auto filter off and on. That's what I'm going to do to automate it. So we press A. We're going to leave the frequency as is for now. But yeah, I want to activate this button. So I'm going to click it. We can see it here. So now it's off. Back on, it's on. You can see it's moved there. So I want it off in the first part. And then we've activated it here. It's going to turn on. Yeah, so easy stuff. So I'll play it one more time. Really cool. So I like what the filter's doing there. Let's do something different in the main drop. So we'll put this over here. Yeah, so when it comes back in here, we'll probably keep it on this 1/2. But when we get to this halfway point, I think we can change it to another rate. Let's try 8th notes. I think that'll work. So we're just going to drop this here. Yeah, so when it gets to the halfway point, it's going to change here. Right, we'll give this a listen. So we're just getting more out the loop, basically. And we'll put it back up to half notes here. Before we move on, I'm going to add this auto filter. So we've got 2 here now. I'll turn the resonance all the way down because we've got some on here. I just want to bring the loop in and out because it starts straight away, like right at the beginning. So we're going to bring this frequency back. I like it so you can only just hear it right at the start. So maybe a bit more. Just the tiniest amount. Yeah, sounds good. So I'm going to go back into automation. And we'll start it here, right at the beginning. Drag it all the way to the top here. The end of the intro. Maybe do this. So this is going to sound more like an intro now. Let's drop that a bit more. Try again. bit loud as well. Put this here as well. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounded cool. That we'll automate that in as well. So we'll just do it at the halfway point. Drop this to here. Right, we'll just quickly try this again. So maybe there. Starting to sound like a track now. I really like what that's doing there. So we'll do the same in the main breakdown. Drop it to here. So I'm just quickly doing it. We'll add tension here, so this will be different. Okay, so next on this list, add filter to master chain. Yes, I do this all the time, especially in like filter house. So we're just going to get an auto filter, put it on the master. We're going to click this band here. We've got 120 hertz and bump the resonance a little bit. It's got like 30%. I'll put this before the limiter. So it's just cutting the lows. So if I turn it off and on, turn it off. Maybe got a 150 here. Yeah, so it just gives us that effect. So we're going to automate throughout the track. We're going to want the filter on up to the 30-second mark. Then it comes out, then the bass comes back in. So I think we can put one here as well. I'll play this as I'm doing it. We'll skip to here. Now this should work. Yeah, it really helps you track groove along this. So yeah, we're going to do it through the main drop as well. I think we can copy and paste this. So I'm just highlighting it there, doubling it, Control and D. I'll just move it across and then we'll turn it back on at the last 30 seconds. Okay, next we'll lay a clap with a more live sound and sample. Yeah, I like the clap we've got. I also like the top loops. But yeah, I think we can get like a crunchier clap in there to help it. So I'm going to get a drum rack, put it here. We'll go to the volume 2 pack and just look at the samples. Right, that's nice. Let's try volume 1 now. It's nice. There we go. Okay, I'm going to loop this section up here, create a MIDI section, and I'll draw these in, and we'll just hear what's working best. Like that. That's nice. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Let's get this all the way across. Block that up quicker. To get an EQ on it. Maybe tighten it. Do it now. So we'll cut the lows here. So we'll hear it with the other clap then. Yeah, that's sounding good, that. So with the top loops. Definitely helping that. Turn it down a bit. Okay guys, so it's the next day, so I've taken another break. If you know my channel, you know I take a lot of breaks anyway. So what we need is the vocals in now. So let's get the male and the female vocal. We'll get this over here. So this is the first drop halfway through. So we're definitely going to have it in at this point. We're definitely going to have it in at that point. Right, so let's hear this working then. So just tweaking the volumes there. I'm going to add that vocal chop then, the one that I punched in earlier. Let's cut that out of here. So yeah, I'm going to go in. So where the gap is, I think it's here. Delete that. Delete this as well. Let's see if this is right. So we need to take a bit more out. So if we cut to here, that's cool. I might add a delay to this, so we'll give it its own channel. But let's just get them across for now. So we'll try this from here.
Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now.
And we'll quickly try it over here because we've got the different LFO on this part of the disco chop. So the LFO's playing faster there. So we'll have a listen. Yeah. And we'll add the vocal. Yeah, sounds cool. Yes. So we'll definitely use this female vocal in the first breakdown. So maybe halfway through, same as the main breakdown, maybe put it there. We'll do more chops, just to add the tension. Then we'll filter it in as well, so it's not coming in straight away. So that's okay. I'm going to group these up. So we'll put this here. We'll actually group up the disco loops as well. So there you go. Take percussion out of first breakdown, keep basic. Okay, cool. I think that will work. So we're just going to take all the percussion parts out. We'll leave the claps and the hats in and the top loops. So yeah, I've just taken all of that out there. It's all going to get faded out and come back up anyway. And then we reintroduce the drums on the first drop. So we've got the cowbell coming in 3/4 of the way through there. Same as the intro. So let's take a listen to this bit now. So we're going to hear the basic drums fade in and out. And then we're going to check the vocal out as well. Okay, so let's play this from here. Yeah, I like that. It's the right idea. I think we need to do more with the vocal, maybe chop it up a bit different. So if we look at the disco loop here, yeah, I think we can move the vocal over here and do the same thing. So we could actually just copy this filter here because it's got the automation on it. And we can just put this on the vocal. Okay, we'll give it a play. Yeah, we'll do the same thing here on the main breakdown. So get these here. Actually, we'll go back. I'm going to click this lock here. That'll stop it from messing with the automation. There we go. We'll try it with everything from here.
Here, right now.
I'm going to lift the vocal up a little bit just so we can hear it a bit more. Right, so I've lifted that up there. We'll try this again.
Let's come together, right here, right now.
That's better. So we could definitely do something different here. When she's saying love, maybe we could repeat that. So maybe this here. Let's get this and make a copy of it. I'm going to delete this here. Should be able to paste this now. I'll actually put this on another channel. I want to do something with this. So double it. Try this. Yeah, that's working. Get it all the way across for now. We're going to do more, but that's definitely the right idea. So we'll do more to this now. We'll get an auto pan. I always use this around the head setting. We'll just get this going left and right. We'll get some EQ on it as well. Right, let's try this from here. Let's get some crash fills in. Yeah, we need some variation here. We're at the intro. When the kick comes out here, we could probably do our first crash fill. Right, so let's grab this, copy it over here, and then repeat it. So it's basic, but it always works. That's cool. So we could repeat this. I'll put it over here, but I think I'm going to do a variation. At the end of this intro, I've added this part of the disco loop. So the bits we added here. So let's match it up with a chop here. So I think this should work. So this has happened at the same time as this now on the disco loop. And then we've got a 1-2 bit here before it kicks in. Right, let's try this. That's working. So I'll solo it just so we can hear it a bit better. By itself. We could maybe add this on this drop here. We'll get to that in a bit. But what I will do is copy this here. I'm going to definitely put this in the middle of this first drop. Same as this. This on the end of here. And I'm going to copy and paste this. Put this over here. I grab this one. Put this at the outro when the bass comes out. And we'll probably do one on the end. So we'll definitely have a reverse crash here in the middle. Get a crash there as well. Yeah, it's definitely not interesting enough at the minute. This is going to help though. We're going to add some more crashes. We're going to do something a little bit more rapid fire in the main breakdown. Copy this crash over. Yeah, so let's look where the laser is. So yeah, we're going to put this in the same spot. Let's give this a try. Double it up here. So it's quite extreme that, but I like it. We'll actually try that with the vocal here. got add single note string in breakdowns. When the disco loop filters out, we've got like a sort of empty space, and we could add a high string. So we're going to use a sample out the sample pack. It's actually a loop. I'm just going to like create a loop from this loop. This has got multiple notes. We're just going to take a little section here. So I'll show you what I mean. We'll get this in. We'll go to the first breakdown. So I'll show you this. Yes, I only want a little bit of this section, so we're going to create a loop. This is already armed here. Before I show you, I'll add a side chain. Okay, let's try this. So yeah, we're getting that continuous one note sample now. Let's get the EQ here. Yeah, we don't want this in all the time. In fact, we want it when this comes back up in full. We want to be fading this out. We'll go into automation, I'll show you. So yeah, it's back in full at this point here. I'll actually block this up and I'll add a fade here. So this is coming down as this is coming up. Right, so we'll give this a try from here then. Yeah, and on this main breakdown, we can do a similar thing. We'll just extend it. And we'll just do that here. We've written some extra notes here. So the first one, make crash fills more regular. Yeah, I think we can have these happening more often. So we'll do this now. Right, so let's grab this. Double that, put it here. And this one on the end, we can put in the middle as well. Yeah, that's nice. So I prefer that. Put this on the main drop. Yeah, so we'll quickly get through these. Next one, double kicks. Yeah, so nice and easy. We'll just go over here. So Control and D. I'm going to go to the main drop halfway through and do the same thing. I'm going to turn this vocal off and we'll just listen for the double kick. Right, so I've turned the vocal back on. So we've got change bass notes at the end of the loop so they match. Yeah, because we tweaked that disco loop over here. We need the bass to match. So to these notes, because we've got them here, we're going to have to tweak this bit. So I'm going to delete it, actually make a new block. So we'll go on. This is really easy. It's on the 1. So we're playing E. So I think we have 1 there, 1 here, and 1 here. And that should be it. Let's try it with the disco loop. Okay, so that's right now. So what we can do is put this here. We'll put it at the end of the intro. We can actually copy and paste the entire bass. Put this here. And let's copy the intro bass and put it on the outro. Yeah, so everything's matching the disco loop now. Add LFO on the first part of the drop. We have the LFO of the filter happening in the intro, the outro, and this main drop. We'll go to automation. Yeah, so the LFO's turned off at this point. It's on everywhere else. So all we need to do is click on this. There we go. Yeah, so this is going to be on as soon as this kicks in. To give this second half some impact, we'll just mess around with the amount on the filter. So we're going to have just like a tiny amount the first half, so this bit. But then when we get to here, we'll just bump this up and automate it. One more thing I want to do, just while it's in my head, is get that vocal chop here. So this one that's in the main breakdown, we can definitely use this in the first breakdown. We can do the same thing here and delete this. So yeah, this is still not perfect, but we'll play it from here. So we'll play from the start. The clap comes in here. That's good. We still need a snare roll, so let's get a sample. We'll go to volume 2. We'll grab this as well. So let me hear these again. Right, so I'm going to go for snare 7. Yeah, that sounded good. And we'll just do a 16th note pattern. So I'll go to here. Right, so I'll name it and colour it. We'll put it in the crashes folder. Quickly get an EQ. Yeah, sounding good. And we'll get one in the first breakdown as well. Probably filter it in. Okay, let's keep going then. So drum fills. We've got these down here. We've actually got 3 of them, so we'll take a listen. So we'll definitely want one in the main drop. That's cool. We'll try this one again. Well, that sounds good, so I'm going to give it its own channel. We'll get it up here. We'll definitely have it before the main drop, so we can put it here. I might pitch it up as well. It sounded a bit low. Let's try this here. We're listening for the drum fill. Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll get an EQ on it. Yeah, we'll listen to it on its own. How about we pitch this up 3 semitones? We'll listen to this. Maybe 5. If it doesn't work, I'll put it back, but I'm hearing it more pitched up. We'll turn the vocal off, just so we can hear it better. Drop it back down to 3. Yes, I'm liking the sound of that. We'll put this in the first breakdown as well. We'll get this just before it kicks in. Let's get the other drum fill. So this one here, we'll get this in the crashes folder as well. I think we can just put this in the middle of the groove just so we've got something else. So we've got this just happening before the drop. This gap here. We'll put this drum fill here. Yeah, we'll give it a try. Right, I've just soloed the drum, so we'll listen now for this second drum fill. Yeah, I like it. So I'm going to take the lows off. I might boost the highs on this a bit. And we've got one more drum fill, we might as well use it. So we'll get this up here and we'll put this on the end. So just before the main breakdown. I'll copy and paste this EQ. That's on the other drum fill. We'll actually listen to this on its own. Yes, it's more of a clap fill, but yeah, let's try it. We could add a big reverb or a delay to this. We've actually got a H delay set up. Let's hear what this sounds like. So something like that. And we'll copy this third drum fill on the main groove as well. So get this over here. So I was just talking about that delay I've added. If you want to know what it is, it's an 8th dotted delay. I'm using H delay by Waves, but you can just go into Ableton stock, click on clean delay, and you've got dotted 8th notes here. Yeah, we're going to use the delay on the vocal hooks just to give it a bit more of an atmospheric sort of feel. So the first one we're going to do is this one here, just before the first drop. So I'll solo it. Yeah, so she says love here, so we're going to add the return there. So we're going to go to automation mode. So I'm just pressing A on the keypad. Let's just drag this up to about -5. Drop this down here. Let's hear this on its own. It always gives a good effect, this. So we'll try it all with the music. So here we go. That's definitely working. So we'll copy and paste this. I'm going to click the lock here and then double this because we want the automation. So if I move this, it copies the automation. And let's put this over here. This is where the main drop is. Give female vocal chop its own channel and a separate delay. Yeah, okay. I'll have to delete everything else. So we'll just do it now. Yeah, while I was talking about this delay, let's just use it. So we'll just drag it into the channel. It's on 50% dry wet and the feedback's on 50%. I like it, but let's just drop the dry wet. Maybe. We'll try it with the music.
Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now. Let's come together, right here, right now.
Better down. I'll rename this vocal chop. So next one, take kicks out at the end of each section. Yeah, so another easy one. I think we can add more variation. So we'll go from the start. So I think here, we'll take a kick out. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we'll just copy this across. So we'll put this here, and we've got another gap there. Put this all the way through. So same thing, we've got the gap. We have the double kick there, so I'll have to re-add it. Do that now. Same thing, we'll get this over here at the main drop. We'll have to get that double kick one again, because it happens again. So yeah, get this over here. Copy this one. Put it here, we're in the outro now. But then one last time, we'll do it here. So there you go, another easy one. So we'll delete this. Right, so next one, add phaser and flange at a disco loop in breakdowns. Yes, I'm wanting to go for that French house kind of feel. And adding flanges and phasers can really do that. Pretty similar to what you can do on like a DJ controller or a mixer. So audio effects, phaser flanger. And we've got a whole bunch of presets here. We've got flanger rebound, phaser feedback. So the one I normally use is this flanger rebound. So we'll click on this disco loop, we'll get this in. So let's loop this section up here. So we're going to do this in like a sort of build-up part. I've soloed the disco loop, I'll play it and then I'm going to add the flanger just so you can hear it. So here we go. I'll turn it on. So we're getting that sound there. That's with nothing. Add some feedback. So you can really manipulate this. Like the filter, you can change the rate. So I'll give you an example. Let's just go. So there you go, you can ease off it. Feedback. So we're getting them like cool sounds there. So I've went back to rate 1 there, so the default basically. So what I'm going to do is automate this disco loop at this part here. This is the first breakdown. We'll just turn this flanger off and on. So it's off here. Activate it. Let's see where the snare roll is. Okay, yeah, so we'll activate it at the same time. So here, we'll take this loop back. We'll drag this back as well. So we'll take a listen. I'm going to mess around with the feedback and the dry wet, just so we get the right sound. Okay, it's going to come on now. Turn this off. Let's go. So subtle. And I think we can do the same thing in the main breakdown, but we're just going to chop this up different. So we'll come out with automation. This part on the main breakdown, if we play it from here. Let's try and create some tension here. So we'll chop this loop up a bit. I'm going to solo it. No, what we'll do is just repeat that all the way, but that's okay for now. What I want to do is put the flanger back on. So we're going back into automation, right click, go to here. Yeah, we'll turn it back on here. But yeah, let's try this from here. Well, I'll ease up there a little bit. Okay, so I've taken some notes off camera. We'll just tackle them one at a time. It's not going to take long. We're pretty much at the end of the track now, or at least we're at the fun part where we're going to manipulate this loop more. We don't want the disco loop to sound boring, so I'm going to show you a few ways how you can get more out of these loops. Yeah, so straight away this part, I think we need to do more with it. It's a little bit boring. So this is where the snare roll's happening. So let's play this. Yeah, so this part here is repeating too much, I think. So we're going to do something with it. And this is really easy. We're just going to take the first note here and give it that sampled sound. So we'll double it up. I think that's okay. Do it again, but we'll double it up here. That's better. So we'll try this from here. So we're in the first breakdown. I remember this being a little bit boring as well. I think we get more out of the crash fill. So I'm going to try it. Yeah, we can repeat that again. And do a 1, 2, 3, 4. We drag that out there. So it's got a bit more of an uplifting feel now. Okay, the next one, use male vocal more. Yeah, we can definitely do this. Take a listen to it.
Let's come together right here, right now.
So the right here, right now, that's a really cool hook, that. So let's grab this, make a copy of it. Let's put the male vocal here where this drum fill part is. So just before the female vocal kicks in. We'll get this here. Right, so I've got it in the right place. I'm just going to tighten it a bit. But yeah, let's just listen to the male vocal coming in.
Right here, right now.
That's definitely working, so we'll try it with everything.
Right here, right now.
I think we can have this male vocal here just before the first breakdown. So we'll make another copy.
Right here, right now.
We'll get another copy, put it in the main drop. It's matching this one here. It's happening just before the female vocal chop. I'm not sure whether to keep this going in the outro. I'll extend it across. In fact, I'll do it. We'll actually just go all the way to the end and I'll filter it out. And we'll do the same in the intro. So we'll automate this in now. So just go from the top to the bottom. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll do the same thing here, just the opposite. So we'll fade it down. Right, so we were just talking about this. Add another delay to the male vocal. Yeah, let's get another return. I want something different for this delay. So let's go back into Ableton stock. We did an 8th dotted delay last time. I think we can just go for a standard 8th note. Click on this filter. Just EQ it a bit. We want this at 100%. And I'm going to push this feedback quite high. So maybe like 85. So let's go to the male vocal. We'll go to the first one. So this here. I'm pressing A to go into automation mode. And I want to activate this return here, which is this. And when he's saying now.
Right here, right now.
Yeah, let's activate it here. Let's get rid of the female vocal here. I want to hear this delay more as opposed to this. And it stops it being repetitive then. So I've soloed the disco loop and the vocals just so you can hear this delay a little bit better.
Right here, right now.
Yeah, it's working that. I think I might bump the feedback up a little bit more. So let's go to 90. Right, so I want to copy this now with the automation. So I'll double it. Let's replace this with the one we've just tweaked. I think we can put that there as well. One here. Definitely one on the end. This is the outro now. Once again, delete this female vocal before the delay happens. And then the outro kicks in here. Right, so let's try this with everything.
Let's come together right here, right now.
Right, next one, manually filter out section in the middle before the vocal. So we're going to mess around with the disco loop again. We're aiming to get like a sort of human feel here. Now you can do this on your MIDI controller and just sort of like dial things in. You don't need a MIDI controller to do this. You can actually just use your keypad or your mouse. So let's loop this section. This part here is where I'm going to mess around with the filter. I've actually got this loaded up. So we've got 3 filters here. They're all doing their own thing. So I want to keep them separate, yeah. So we can just mess around with this. This is all we're going to do. So I'll show you this, then we'll record it in.
Right here, right now.
That's it.
Right here, right now.
It always sounds cool, this, and it's really easy to do. All I'm doing is just grabbing this here and just moving it left and right. And we're still getting that sort of human feel, even though we're not using a MIDI controller. So I'm just hitting record.
Right here, right now.
So I'm in automation. You can see what I've done there. So that's the manual recording. Right, I just want to listen to this on its own. You're going to see it moving here. Yeah, let's just go with the first take. So I'm going to move across to this part of the track. We're going to do the exact same thing. Right, so I'm going to do it again.
Right here, right now.
So here's the second automation. Like, it looks a mess, but it's got that human sound. And I think it's important to have that in these Filter House records. Let's mess around with this one now on the end and do a different thing. So what I'm going to do is use Endless Smile. I've got this here in the notes. Yeah, let's mess about with it. So I'm going to grab the plugin. So it's a good VST for breakdowns and build-ups. I know there's a preset with a filter in it that I always use. It always sounds really good. So this is the preset I like with the filter in it. So similar to what we did with the filter, we're going to activate the intensity in this part here. Right, so I'm going to record this in then.
Let's come together right here, right now.
Okay, so here's the automation for that. So we'll do it again in the main drop. So we need to go over here and loop this up to this section. And same again, let's just manually automate this in. So I've hit record. Right, that's cool. So I don't think we need to overdo it. I think we've got enough there. Next one, automate a mount on filter throughout the track. Yet again, so we're just going to get more out of this disco loop. And we can manually do this throughout this entire section. And if we go to automation mode, click on the amount, we're just going to be tweaking this throughout the track. So you can see it moving up and down there when I do this. We're just going to be giving it movement throughout. So I'll show you what this does. We've soloed the disco loop, and probably in these little spots here where there's different colours, that's probably where we're going to turn the amount up. So here we go. That's cool, that's giving it a load of movement there. So if I just play this and don't touch it, it sounds cool, but when I add the amount here, it gives it a lot more movement. That's what we're going to do. Let's record this entire take now. Every take different.
Right here, right now. Let's come together 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 right here, right now.
So there you go, a really cool way to mess around with your disco loops. Now I would probably do this a few times over just to make sure I get it perfect. But for the purpose of this video, I'm happy with this take. And we're going to do the same thing here and do a completely different take. Right, let's go from here. Right, so we can take these off the list. So automate the amount, we've done that. The endless smile one, we've done that. So the last thing I'm going to show you on the disco loop is changing the rate. So I think we can do it in this middle section here of the main drop. Yeah, just so it sounds a little bit different to this one on the first drop. What I'll do is just draw the rate in. I'll draw this automation in. So it's this here. So I've just clicked on it. It's on 1/2 there. We're going to need to drag the channel down so we can see all of this. But we can do like a crazy part here. So let's just try something. So I've dropped that to quarter notes. Maybe do it twice and then drop it all the way down. Find a 16th maybe. And I'm just randomly doing it. So maybe bring it back up. So I've brought it back up to a quarter and then maybe just bring it back up to 1/2 here. So we haven't heard this yet. We might have to tweak it. But it's just going to give us that scrambled sort of sound. And we'll play it from here. And one more thing I'll have to do is get rid of this automation here. I'm holding Alt there to do that. So if you don't want to click all of them individually, you can just make a markup here, hold Alt, and then just drag it across. Let's maybe do it a little bit. So we'll just drop this to here. We'll go back to our rate on the automation. So this here. Let's just take a listen. That's cool. I think we can go more extreme actually. Maybe try that. Right, we'll try this. I think we can go again. Try that on a quarter, but I want to move this one down. Move that to a 16th. Get rid of that. Yeah, just randomly do this and just see what works for you. That's cool. Right, so there's another little trick to get a little bit more out of your music loops. So yeah, we can get this done in 2 minutes. So add drum bus to the kick. So audio effects, drum bus. I'm going to put it before the EQ. Yeah, we can ease off. So we can add some crunch. Just drop it right down. Put it back on soft. So that's okay. So I've got the drive on 30%, the crunch on 30%. It's on soft, and we've got the dry wet at 20%. So it's not a lot. So we'll play this with everything. Add drum bus to drums group. Okay, so we're going to get another one. Put this on the drums folder. We'll take this over here because everything's in at this point. Turn it off and on. It's about 70%. I mean, you can just tweak this to taste. I'm just wanting to give the drums a bit more of a lift here. Let's play everything and I'll turn it off and on. Right, so I've eased off that drum bus to 50%. We've also put the bongo in first, like right at the intro. The bongo's playing straight away. I figure like the movement, it's moving with the disco loop. So we might as well have that vibe in all the time. So the next one here is compressed kick and bass together. So once again, I've just got a preset for this. I'll always look at this more on a mixed down stage, but for now, so it's in the glue compressor, Carl kick and bass compression, and you can just copy this if you like. I'm going to play them together and just pull the threshold. At 3 dB. Right, next one, re-add impact sample in breakdown. I said we didn't need it. I can actually hear it in there now. So I'm just going to go back into the sample pack. So I think it was this one here. Yeah, let's just get this back in. So I'm just going to put this on in the main breakdown. Right, okay. So let's play this from here.
Let's come together right here, right now.
So that's that done. The last one is turn down claps just before drop, more impact. And another really easy one to finish off is, yeah, we're in the main breakdown. I just want to give the drop more impact, so we're just going to fade these claps out. The snare roll's happening here, so everything's building up. So maybe just do this. We don't have to go far. So it's only a small section here. It's just going to give this bit more impact. So just solo, it's just going to turn down. Right, so we'll try this and I'll play the track all the way through. Actually, one last thing I'll do before we play this all the way through is this vocal chop here. This is the main breakdown. I can either chop this up, or I might just use endless smile and create like a delay sort of thing. I'm just wanting something with a delay on it, so we'll try this one. Keep going. Right, that's the filter one. This one. Yeah, let's automate this up as we're getting to the drop. I'll just draw it in. We don't need to go crazy with it. We'll get this up to about here. We want it to cut out there. Try a bit higher then. Yeah, I'm going to drop it to about 40. I'm just going to try it. So it's subtle that, but yeah, definitely adds something. So that's all I'm going to add today, guys. So let's play this track all the way through. So I really hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Now, if it's disco loops you're after, I've got a few sample packs of these like pre-made disco loops. You can actually get hold of this loop, which is separate. I've got a video where I made this loop from scratch if you haven't seen it already. But the Filtered Disco House Volume 1 and 2 pack, which is on sale now, 2 for 1. That's got loads of these disco loops in it. I also have another sample pack called Funky Disco House. That's a more recent sample pack, but that's got loads of these disco loops in as well. I've actually got full walkthrough videos of this. So if you're new to the channel and interested in that, I'll leave links below for you guys to check out. Okay, that's it, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you took something from it. And I'll see you soon for a brand new video. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.